Hello, so welcome back to Barbed Audio. Today we're joined with a very exciting artist from Brighton. It's Luan Luan. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing really well, thank you.
Very, very good. Well, today we're just going to get to know a bit about Luan and their music. So just starting things off, just let everyone out there know who you are.
I'm Luan. I am a songwriter, multi-instrumentalist from Madrid, raised in Madrid, currently living in Brighton, UK.
It's now a difficult one. How would you describe your music in one word?
I definitely would say palette. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Palette. Because I feel like there is no words on their own are already like very limiting, right? Because it's just language, so we use one word that means one thing or maybe a group of things, and I feel like palette is kind of it's colors. It's like a lot of colors, and there's no limits between them, so it's kind of like a spectrum of different colors with no delimitations. So I would say like my music is just a palette in any way you can perceive it.
Definitely, I definitely agree with that. I think I can see your music, it's so kind of not even, I guess even in like genre and style, it's so like fluid, you know. I think that's cool, and I can definitely see palette. You know, you have so many different types of colour in your music. I think you can have kind of sad elements mixed in with happy, and it's just a constant kind of flow state, you know. So I think it's cool. Okay, so you recently released your new song as of, was it 2-3 weeks ago? Was it? I can't remember. Time slipping me away now.
What day is it today?
I
don't know.
I think it's like the 3rd of June.
So it was 23rd. So it was what day is it? Is it Tuesday today?
Yeah.
So it was Friday 23rd. So it's been 1 week and
something. Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah. How's that been?
It's been amazing. It feels really good to like have put something out after I think it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Of no music. The music that I had before, I released it while I was at uni, so I didn't have a proper band with me, so there's not really many people playing in those tracks. And from this release, Nonsense, there's gonna be more releases coming as part of my debut EP.
Yeah. And
they've all been recorded with actual instruments and actual people. And I love that. It's a very real EP, as how Nonsense it is. Like it's a very real song. About kind of like it was a hard moment of my life. That was in a very unhealthy romantic relationship with a person. But for some reason, many times when I write something that is painful or sad, it doesn't sound sad in terms of melody and stuff like that. It's a bop. Like it's a fun song.
No, I've had it stuck in my head. Yeah.
Good. It's been, like people have really loved it, and there's been some press going on as well about it, which I'm very happy about. And now we're rolling. Like once I've released this, now there's just more things coming.
No, it's something exciting. It's cool to see when I release music. I think like when we first saw you play live, which was at the Actors ages ago, insert clip. That was really sick. And I think hearing kind of your music, you know, and like the beginnings of like I think that song as well and stuff, even in the stripped down version, it's so interesting to know it's out. It's cool to finally have that. I can imagine that push of, you know, like so many things on the way, and it's opened that door, you know. I think working on your craft is so important, and when you get that chance to kind of finally release it, I think, you know, it comes with so much stuff you want to do, but you've got to kind of control yourself, you know. So I think it's cool, but yeah, it's exciting.
It is.
Okay, cool. So with the new release of Nonsense, we're just gonna play a quick 30-second clip, so if you want to introduce it, go for it.
This is Nonsense by me, Luan Luan.
Check it out.
Pictures on the walls, empty papers on the road. You better know I'm on the side of the line. Are you gonna sing that song? Be that wrong? Are you gonna let it through the night? Sing that song. Be that wrong? Are you gonna let it through the night?
So kind of speaking of music journey, from where you started to now, how would you say kind of your style has changed and just kind of how you go about making music and all that? And has there been any, like, I guess, real life events that have affected that?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like more than my style has changed. I think it would be more being through time, I've being more and more real with myself, and that reflects on the sound. I feel like in general, just growing. I've been like growing a lot since I moved here. I was 18, and then I went to BIM, and then I felt like there was a bit of kind of like you should be more poppy or be more commercial. I think we all get that in many different industries.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Because that's what has success, all these things. But then I feel like you can't force it, even if you maybe you can, but then maybe at some point it's gonna show, like, because it's not really you. So I chose to be like, I'll just do whatever it comes out in any way, any genre, more mainstream, less mainstream, whatever comes out. So I feel like through time, I feel like I've been in through experiences with people, in places, also being out of, like, I'm not living in the country where I come from. So I think that also makes you learn and like go very deep within yourself. So I feel like I've just become more and more real within myself and being more honest and more pure. So just let it, whatever you write, just come out and just let it be as it is. So there's been a kind of, if I was trying to limit myself to this box of genres, just by being real and pure within myself, it's just opened to anything. Yeah, so I guess that reflects and will reflect on what will come.
Yeah, I think that's an important stage to kind of get to as an artist, because I feel like when you can kind of become less kind of, I can't remember what the word is, but like critical about your work, and you can kind of be open to stuff. I think that's when you can truly, I guess, reach your full potential. I think like being limited, like I remember when I used to make music a lot, I was very limited to kind of like not wanting to let people in. I was like, no, it's my thing, I want to make it. And I started letting people in. I was like, oh my god, this person's amazing playing drums, and now the song sounds better. Maybe it's my fault. So I think that's cool to kind of hear that. So yeah. So a bit more of a kind of serious one, but important. Do you ever kind of struggle with feelings of doubt and like kind of pits of lack of motivation, I guess, where you kind of go into these like things, and is there any way you kind of combat those kind of moments that are difficult to get out of?
I certainly do. I think we all do.
Definitely.
It's very natural, because I don't know, I feel like life is full of everything, every feeling and every moment. We just go like that. It doesn't happen to me often anymore. Again, I think it's something to do with being a bit more kind to myself and just being more gentle with myself, with how I feel and with when I create. It is true that sometimes in many moments I feel more far away from creating, maybe because other things take your time and your attention, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm a bit further away from writing or something like that. Most of the times as well, I feel like everything's in here. When I don't know, there's a lot of psychological within like, I'm like, oh, I'm not writing. And then the more I think that I'm not writing or I'm not creating, the more I don't do it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I get in a vicious kind of circle of putting myself down. So what I try to do is I try to talk to myself from a kind perspective, from a kind place. Yeah, definitely. From a gentle place. And I feel like also doing physical stuff helps. Because for me, mind and body are connected. And just maybe going for a run. Yeah. I hate running. I hate it. I prefer swimming. But it's like, I'm not going to go for a swim. I need to go maybe to the sea, or I don't feel like, I don't know. But I try to push myself to do something physical. So go for a run or go for a walk. Not headphones, no nothing. But to just walk, sit down in a park, observe people, maybe write a notebook. That helps me a lot. So it's doing something outdoors, get out of, wherever you are. Because I feel like sometimes it can be very enclosing. Like you feel like... Definitely. Because we're in boxes all the time. We're at home and all these things. So it's like just getting out and being like, okay, my problem or my struggle is not as horrible. It's not as big. I like to observe people and just find inspiration through that as well. Write down what you're feeling right now. Anything, even if it sounds stupid, that's also valid. It's part of how you're feeling. And then just come back and try to approach it. Like approach your writing in any way. Maybe if it's not with a guitar, just try singing like that a cappella, or try something different. But no, I think it's try to tell yourself to not overthink it, because I overthink a lot, and then it just takes you to like a very vicious circle that most of the time doesn't go anywhere, because it's a circle instead of a path or something.
So when you're kind of recording, or even like I guess getting ready for performances and stuff, do you have any like rituals or routines you do?
Yeah. Definitely, I think when it's about performances, recording, anything that involves playing and singing, I take a lot of care of my body, but I always try to do that on a daily basis. But like especially when I know I've got a gig or like a recording session, whatever, I make sure that I have at least 8 hours of sleep.
That's
For me,
important.
sleep is everything, and I love
really is,
sleeping. It's sleep, hydration, and then warm up. For me, warm up, what I eat as well. I try to eat all like veggies, legumes, fruit, very plant-based. And then sleep well, hydrate yourself, loads of different teas.
Yeah.
And then the day of the recording in our show, I warm up a lot. I also do yoga, so I usually start with like yoga in the morning, then maybe a bit of more like I can do like weights, stuff like that, and then some vocal warm up, hands warm up. I feel like sometimes as musicians we don't think enough about that. About like warming up just our hands and our fingers and like stretching them, and like to play sax, to play guitar, make them a bit more flexy. So definitely that always happens. Like I never fail. I've never not done it. I feel like it might be psychological, because I know like some people are fine with not warming up. Well, I mean, I guess they're fine. They just go for it. But I feel like if I don't do that, it's gonna be bad. Like the outcome is not gonna. I don't know.
I know what you mean. It's like a bad karma thing. It's like it's in its own routine that if you don't do it, it's like something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what you mean.
maybe it's all psychological.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I know it involves a lot of my body, so it's like I want to take care of it to then perform.
Yeah, I think it's really important.
Best
anyway.
I can.
Yeah. So I guess kind of previously talking about motivation and the importance of that and kind of stuff like that. Do you have like a piece of advice you've like had like taken from someone that you kind of take on board with everything you do, even if it's in day-to-day life as well?
Oof. That's quite hard to think of. I guess I could take something from my parents, as I'm very lucky to have parents that have never been, how do you say, hard on me for like choosing music, or very strict.
Yeah.
They're not strict at all.
Yeah.
I think it's because all of us in our family, we do what we really love. And maybe, I don't know, if you have to have a job to sustain yourself, you have it and it's fine. It's not the end of the world. So I feel like both of them have always encouraged me to, like, if you feel like, follow your instinct, and like if you feel something, that you love something and that you are made almost like that's your thing, that there's no plan B. There's not even a plan, it's just who you are. For example, music is just who I am. There's not like a plan B or C, there's no option, like it's just ingrained, just to do it. Do that thing and get crazy, go crazy about it, like get obsessed about it. Take care of yourself, of course, while doing that. And if you need, again, a part-time job or full-time job to sustain that, do it. It's fine. Like, so many people have done that in the past. Do it. right now at the present time, and we'll do it anyways. Because in the end, I feel like that's really what you will take from, I don't know, when you think about your happiness and what fulfills you, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of living a life doing something that you don't really believe in, or that is not really your thing, maybe because it gives you more money or something. I guess some people can do that, but I feel like I would be very affected psychologically, like living a lie or something like that.
Definitely. I feel as well like nowadays it's kind of so much, it's a lot easier with technology, I think, it's to kind of follow what we want to do, you know. It's so like you can work it around jobs now. Even if you're working like that job for a long time, you still give yourself that time to go out and do your hobbies, you know, whether that is like making music, you know, photography, videography, whatever it is, you know. Especially when you got your phone, you know, you can even like, you got GarageBand on the phone now, you know, you can do that in your little bit of time and build up from that, and you save your money. And I just think now it's a lot more easier than it would have been for like, I guess like our parents or before them, where, you know, like if you wanted to have one of those hobbies, you'd really have to go for it, you know. You'd have to go down to the local recording studio and pay for it, you know. And like I feel like now it's nice that creatives, even if it's a stressful time for, I think, us, it's nice to see that we can have outlets, and, you know, there's a community there. I think that's important. So
with technology, obviously there's like better things and worse things. But having access to, even if you got phone and you're at home, if you already like make some kind of art, like you play piano or like guitar or whatever, you can already film yourself and like expose yourself somewhere if it's online.
Yeah, exactly.
That's already, it's part of it. Nowadays it's a very big part of that. And in that way you can already start doing something with what you have. So it's always do what you can with what you have.
Exactly. It's very important. So how do you know when like an idea is worth pursuing?
While writing?
Yeah, so while writing, I guess if you're coming up with a song, and like how would you know if it's one of those ones where it's like, oh, maybe I should leave this, or is it just like a feeling? Is it just like whatever comes to fruition kind of thing, or is it just like
that's a good question. It can be very random. Like I feel like I usually follow my more, it's not even like instinct, it's just like you're like, this is very groovy, this is very like bouncy, I don't know. But it is true that sometimes you write something that you think it's amazing, and then maybe a couple of days pass and you like listen to it again and it's shit. That happens a lot, and that's okay, that's part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or sometimes you just do something that is shit straight away and you see it and you're like, oh yeah, okay, that doesn't work. So I guess, I feel like most of the times I don't tend to, like, I just follow that excitement. Yeah, there is a word for that. I follow that excitement of the moment. Sometimes can be a bit exaggerated, but because it's a new idea, so you're like, and then it's not that good. But I try to follow that. And again, if you think is the best of the world, you could be wrong. If you think is the worst of the world, the worst of the world, you could be wrong as well. So give it some time. I would say give it a couple of days. Start with one day, listen to it the day after. Give it a week.
Yeah.
And then listen to it again. Also depends on how the size of the idea.
Yeah.
I guess if it's a whole verse, I don't know, you can like, maybe part of it is good as well. Not the whole thing. You can also edit things. But I think time helps.
Definitely.
Because you listen to different ears. And depends where you are in the day as well. Because at night, I'm more tired. We feel more tired. Listening to some things may feel, or you might perceive them in a different way. So give it a rest and come back to it.
So have you ever been influenced by any unexpected sources, whether that's kind of like books, films, you know, general media, that kind of thing? Have you ever kind of taken anything like that on board when you're writing stuff? Or even just, I guess, like general life?
I feel like I probably have, but not consciously. I don't think I've ever consciously, I don't know, like chosen, I don't know, you read a book and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna choose that for a song, I don't know, words or character or whatever. Same thing for a film. It might have happened unconsciously. Films. So I tend to read more non-fiction books. So there's not much in that way. Not creativity, but like it's more like facts.
Yeah.
So there's not like a lot to take from there in that way for like a song, at least for me. But from films, I do feel like they're very stimulating creativity wise, because you see like it's not just like a soundtrack, but it's also like the visuals, it's also the characters that go like different personalities and feelings and stuff like that. I do feel inspired by films. Definitely. I don't think I've ever like taken it purposely like and put it into a song. From live, 100%. Like even just my own experiences or things that I see just like daily things that people do. I tend to see a lot of patterns all the time, so I see like a lot of patterns in human beings every single day. And I love like recognizing that, because it makes you feel in a way just more connected to like who we are. In the end, we are really the same. We do the same things, the same silly things in the same ways, and that kind of union through that, it's I don't know, it's a very warm thing. Just the regular things of humans, and putting that into music.
So what is a underrated band or artist from Brighton or just the general UK that you kind of recommend people to listen to? You can list a few, because we've had it before where people are like, I can't choose one. So if you've got a few, go for it.
Oh my gosh. So Brighton based, I would say Stephen Bamidele.
Roll the stone back from my tomb. Feel alive since I met you. You're the only one who didn't turn away.
If I'm not wrong, I think that's what you pronounce it. He's just released a new track called Exoskeleton, and it's a really, really good track. You should listen to it. I've listened to it on repeat. Matilda Bond, I like a lot.
Spend a little time with you, baby. Only giving to you. It's been a little while since we laid here.
She does kind of like soulful, jazzy vibes. And there is this musician from, I think he's based in London. He's called They Call Me Max.
Glisten on the cobweb, spinning up a process. Villages and secrets, pockets full of posies, yeah.
And it's the same, it's just like vibes.
Yeah.
It's a mix of, there's like jazzy stuff and soul stuff and almost like spoken word. So good.
Just a good kind of eclectic mix, really.
Yeah. And I'd love to support him or like share a show with him at some point. Maybe London or Brighton. He could come to Brighton.
Yeah, well.
So if you're
Max,
watching.
If you're watching. So what is the last song you listened to, and what does it mean to you?
I need to check.
Yes, you need to check.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Let's see. I don't know what to expect. Oh! Little L, Jamiroquai. Yes.
Does it mean anything to you? Or is it just a song for, again, like the vibes?
It's... Yeah. It's just vibes.
Yeah.
I love Jamiroquai. It's so good. I just have to say, like, sometimes I get obsessed with some songs. Maybe like at the moment I've got like 5 songs, and then I kind of rotate them in my brain. So I listen to the same songs when I go in the street, because I know how they make me feel already.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I've been listening to Little L, Jamiroquai, just to walk in the street and vibe. I'm listening to like a lot of Bob Marley as well, because it makes me feel so good just walking in the street, or like before going to work. It makes me feel happy before having to work.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. Just disco music in general. So yeah, Little L is just a groove.
So currently next to you, you have your new tote bag merch that you've made yourself, which is very cool. Show the camera. Plug it. Very, very sick.
Sponsored.
And on the topic of that, if you could create your own line of merchandise further than that, and you had unlimited budget, what would you create?
Right. So I love accessories of clothing. In winter, I wear a lot of balaclavas. So I would definitely make some like Luan Luan balaclavas.
That'd be sick, yeah.
Funky colors,
I could definitely
shapes,
see that.
patterns.
Yeah.
Maybe some like demon stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
Balaclavas, maybe like scarves. Kind of like the football. There's like a trend now, I feel like.
Yeah. I've noticed a lot more of them.
Very Brighton, I don't know, like
Yeah.
London Brighton thing.
Yeah.
So that kind of like football scarf, again, same thing, like colorful stuff like that. Maybe like fingerless gloves. I mean, this is all very like autumn, winter, because then for summer.
But mind you, the UK always needs it 'cause it seems like
Yeah,
it's
I
always
live here.
different. Yeah, people still wear it in summer here, so yeah, it's
Yeah. It would be very UK people oriented. But I guess for my people of Spain, I could make something different. It's just the outfits aren't the same. In summer, I feel like when it's like spring or autumn, you can like put a lot of layers, but then like summer, you just wear like a t-shirt and
Yeah.
shorts. So the outfits aren't as good. Maybe flip-flops? No. No, I'm not sure about that.
I didn't know what you could do for summer. I guess like sunglasses or
Sunglasses. Bandanas.
oh yes.
So we could have like
yeah.
we could have some nice I love bandanas. I always wear one like for my throat or for like when I don't know, when it's like bad hair day. I just cover it up with a bandana. So I would have again like funky design and colors. Yeah, that could work in summer because it protects you
Yeah.
from the sun.
Yeah,
You gotta
definitely.
be protected.
Yeah, that's a banging lineup. Yeah.
Yes.
Coming soon, hopefully. Now we've got our quick fire round where Luan has to answer as many questions as possible. And we currently have a leaderboard. I can't remember who's at the top, but it should appear on the screen now. So hopefully maybe you can take the throne for this.
Yeah.
And if not, then hopefully you can come back again and do it. But I believe in you. So
Me too.
are you ready?
No.
Okay, we'll put a timer on.
Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Write a hit and never perform it, or create a classic that never charts.
Pretty classic.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Acoustic or electric?
Electric.
Morning or night person?
Night.
Play a festival or intimate club gig?
Festival.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Perfect lyric or perfect melody?
Melody.
Go-to movie genre?
Thriller.
What would your music smell like?
Flowers.
Texting or calling?
Texting.
Vinyl, CD or streaming?
Vinyl.
Biggest pet peeve? Thing you hate the most? Oh. Answer. You can answer it though. You can answer the question.
I can answer it.
Yeah, you can answer it. Just because it's on the last one we're on.
The sounds of people chewing.
Yes. Okay. And I think
What did it say? Savory. I said sweet. I don't know why.
it's okay. But good news. I think so far you are our highest person who's answered yet. So Luan Luan is at the top. At the top,
Amazing.
taking the throne with that really good run there. So well done. So
Thank you.
hopefully, if we have more people on and someone else takes it, you can come back in and claim it again. And
I will.
But hopefully he's at the top. So now moving on to the more... Hey, it's Editor John T here. If you can't tell by the fact I look like an absolute state, just hopping on to tell you guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do, as it makes a massive difference, as you'll be notified when we're uploading new episodes with very exciting content on the way, as we are finally back up and running, and we've got some very, very exciting things on the horizon, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified when we next post. And anyway, back to it. So now moving on to the more non-music related questions. What is the weirdest dream you've had?
What I can remember is that I was in Brighton and there was this very big police van. They were like trying to take a lot of animals.
Okay.
For some reason, they just wanted to like kidnap them. So there were like pigs, rabbits, frogs. I don't know, a lot of animals just going in the van. And then I remember there was like a group of people, because they were like taking a lot of random animals in the street, and a lot of people were like, what's going on? and there was like a massive circle of people opposing that.
Mm.
And then I don't know if it was me, if it was just all of us, I can't remember. We managed to free all the animals from the van.
Yeah.
So we were all just watching, and they were all just getting off the van. And I remember there was like very big frogs, something like that, like very big frogs just like jumping.
Yeah.
And then just jumping and just leaving the van. And then we started like screaming at the police, and then all the bad words towards them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I don't dream with the police often,
Yeah.
so I don't know what.
Maybe some strange, like, deep meaning, but
Probably does happen. Yeah, I'm sure it does. So yeah, but to be honest, I'm glad that we managed to, like, in a way, free them. Yeah, I don't know why the frogs were so big. Maybe that has another meaning.
Yeah. What is one thing you'd want to erase from existence? That could be like a food, a clothing item, a horrible online trend, or like just anything you'd want to get rid of.
Oh my god, there is a lot of things I could think of that I feel like they're negative for the world. Oh my gosh, that's very hard. I feel like AI used for the arts,
I 200% agree.
I would erase that.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna go too deep into this,
Yeah.
but just as an artist and also friend of also like visual artists, I feel like it's not fair. I think it's just stealing work from real people. So I would definitely erase that. Art is from humans, it comes from humans, and it should just stay like that. It can be useful for other things, probably, and that's cool. But no, art it's a thing. And maybe something else. Well, I said in the past, pineapple on pizza.
Oh yeah.
This can be a bit controversial, but at the same time, why would I erase that? Because it's like, I mean, it's just a choice. If you want to eat that, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna hate you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's great. Yeah, but it's not like deep feelings. It's okay. I don't hate you if you do that. But I think we could live without that. But it's still a choice.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. No stress.
On the topic of animals that you said earlier about your dream, what animal do you reckon you could take on in a fight?
So I feel like this comes from a story of my past, and
The Luan Luan law.
yeah. So my family's got a house in the north of Spain, northwest in Galicia, and there is like a field with sheep that belongs to someone, I guess.
Yeah.
And we are 4 siblings. So one of my siblings decided to go inside and go and see the sheep. So we went because we thought it was funny. Well, it was funny. But I guess when there's like a group of sheep, there is a male one that protects all of them and all that stuff. And suddenly, for some reason, that sheep started looking at me all the time and started getting very angry, and it just started doing like that, and like wanting to like confront me. And in fact, it ran towards me. I got very scared. I started running, and I remember I got hit by, like, it literally hit me with his head. It was just like boom. So it literally bumped into me purposely. It pushed me on the floor, and it was very bouncy. This was all real. It happened for real. Sometimes it feels like a dream, but it did happen. So I feel like I would like to fight the sheep.
Luan Luan
Again.
versus sheep.
I still remember that moment.
Yeah, you need some justice.
I need some justice. I demand justice.
Okay, so what's the weirdest food combination you've ever had?
I'm trying to think of my uni days.
Yeah, that's definitely
Those
peak
days
strangeness.
were full of combinations.
Yeah, I've definitely had that kind of like you eat something, you look back and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Or you pay for it and your stomach's really upset the next day. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know if this is weird. I used to be very obsessed with ketchup in general,
Yeah.
which is a very dangerous game
Yeah,
because that means that you could put ketchup on everything
yeah,
and then mix it up, which is very bad. It's also these things I'm saying right now, they go against my culture as well. Like in Spain,
Yeah.
like Italians, if you feel like
Yeah.
ketchup and pasta, all these things. But it's just what it is. It's reality, and we'll have to confront it.
yeah.
I've eaten boiled eggs dipped in ketchup. So just like,
I mean, if it
it's
works, it
not that
works.
horrible, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Just adding ketchup sometimes on things that maybe. Yeah, but I think so far that's what I can think of. I'm sure there's other horrible ones.
So, what is a question you'd have for our next guest we'd have on the show?
Would you be an ant or a snail?
Okay.
And why? Elaborate.
Okay, that's locked in. So for the next band we have on Barbed Audio, would you be an ant or a snail and why? So tune into the next episode to find out the answer. So sadly, the interview's coming to an end now, and it's been lovely having you on, Luan, and getting to know all about your music and just you as a person. Everyone there, please check out Luan's music and your new release. But yeah, so just finishing things off, just promote everything you got coming up, what has already happened, like your new release and stuff. Camera's your friend, and just go for it.
If you haven't listened to Nonsense, my latest release, please go do it. I think it's a good tune. It's a bop. It might change your mood for good. I hope so. Maybe for bad. That's fair. There will be more stuff, more releases coming in the next month, so just also pay attention to that. And on the 27th of June, I'm gonna be performing at Saunders Park in literally, I think it's close.
Yeah,
where
very
we are.
close. Yeah.
In Brighton. Hopefully it will be sunny and nice and summery. So fingers crossed for that. Hope I see you there.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I've been John T. This has been Luan Luan, and this has been Barbed Audio. And until next time, see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Nice. Sweet. Nailed it.